Ready? This is day 2. It's 24 hours later after we began our experiment. So we're going to go look, we're going to go measure and evaluate our experiment today. All right. Everybody needs to take notes, need to make sure you've got your black logbooks out. You have your, remember when you measure the circumference, you're measuring around the balloon. I've given you a measuring card to go by. Please remember that you're going to take, excuse me please, to measure your test tubes. You're going to take your test tube and put it even on the table like this with A, B, C, D, or F. You're not going to hold it up here. You're going to hold it straight here to measure the height. I want you to describe what you're seeing today. You need to measure the circumference of the balloon. We're just going to work here for a few minutes and go on with our other class. So begin, if you don't mind, and I'll come around and help you. All right, I would suggest somebody hold the balloon.
Should we do the big?
Make sure it's on 0.
Yeah.
Does it have any gas in it at all?
That's
Just a
water.
very little bit?
This is water and yeast.
All right, but you can feel, can you feel, I can feel a little pressure there. So measure as best as you can. I'm glad I didn't use big balloons. Okay, here we go.
No.
Why does it have gas in it if there's yeast has something to feed on it?
Yeast, it's just producing a little bit of gas. It must have some sort of sugar to be able to produce some sort of, a little bit of gas.
So on this one, would you like us to measure the top or right here?
No, the circumference, the width here.
Okay.
I would suggest you measure the widest point. Some of y'all have double balloons, and I'm wondering if we don't need to, let me look at this when you're done.
Yes.
All right, you're measuring in centimeters, okay? Let me see this one for just a second. All right, now, guys, you really probably needed to put rubber bands on here because I've done this experiment before and they've blown off here, so that's where I picked that up. Well, all we can do is measure the biggest circumference when we get a double balloon like that. It happens. Okay, so measure the one with the biggest circumference, or if you could even get maybe this to go down a little bit so you can get the maximum. That's what I would do, is somebody hold this, try to get all the CO2 out of this that you can, and then measure the circumference of the balloon below. How about that? Alrighty? You want to do that? Alright, how are we doing? Alright, how are we doing here?
We're checking the circumference of the...
Alright, good. Good. That's right. You did a good job getting them anchored.
Oh, I did that.
Proud of you. Good. Everything's labeled well. All right, good. I like the way you're taking notes. It's good. How we doing?
Pretty good. I'm just measuring the circumference of the balloon right now.
It is. Do the best you can around the widest point, maybe.
Is this one or what?
Here, let me help you a little bit.
This one's like
Let me help you just a hair.
It's like
Like a moving egg. Right now, you've got it kind of tipped at an angle. You want to go completely around it, not more like an elliptical type thing. Oh, okay. All right. Pull this maybe, yeah. Trying to help you here just a little. Down a little bit more. Get around the circumference. There we go. All right, what do you see?
right.
10?
10? Let's see. All right, here's your 0 right here, though.
11.
All right, so yeah.
11.
Okay. All right. Make sure that you look where 1 starts, okay? When you're measuring this, if you look at your tape, the red mark doesn't start immediately, so you've got to be careful where you measure from 0. Where you measure from 0. All right, how are we doing?
Good.
All right.
And has glue. And a small room.
All right, so you've already measured this, and so maybe there needs to be a description too. Okay, that's what your logbook's for. A description as to what you see here. Okay? All right, good. How are we doing?
Good. Whenever we measure this one, do you want us to measure this?
Well, here's what I said to them. Why don't we take the extra CO2 up here at the top, and maybe I can hold it while you do that, and I can be your third hand since your partner's not here today. And let's do this right here and get that out of the way. Crunchy. Okay. All right, let's get the balloon first. Okay. There you go, that's all right. And just a moment. That's all right, don't be confused. All right, get it down around the widest part of the balloon. Let me lift this up just a hair. All right, I'm helping you here. All right, there you go. Now measure from 0, not from the end of the tape. All right, you got that? That was fun, wasn't it? If I need to come, since you only have 2 folks, I'll be glad to come back and help you. Yes, ma'am. If you need a third hand here. All right, how are we doing, folks? I've never really seen reverse.
This one.
I know, that one's
This one's loaded all the way.
Is this is E, and what's this one?
D.
What do you think happened?
Maybe it was different because we didn't put enough, so maybe it...
Well, you need to think about why yours is different, okay? And tomorrow, we're going to talk about all this. We're going to remeasure again tomorrow, and we'll talk about all of this and see where the variations occur, okay? Now, make sure that you document your measurements and measure your fluids and describe, and that's what this is for. Or do you understand what you're doing? You sure? All right, I'll be right here if you need me, all right? Are we all right?
Dr. Abney?
Yes, sir?
Like you passed 10, and then
Okay.
you thought that
Did you measure from 0, not the end of the tape?
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, so then what did you say? It went to where?
It went to 2, to the second 2.
All right, so what would that be?
10 points.
All right, so here, you're saying to right there? Well, 10 plus 2 is
Oh, so 12?
12.
Oh, yeah.
12 centimeters. All right, because we're measuring in centimeters. All right?
It smells really bad.
It smells bad?
Smells like beer.
And stuff at the bottom. Yellow.
You all right? Is it making you sick? Okay. Make sure you get around the circumference, around the widest part of the balloon. And try, whatever you do, try to do consistently, okay? All right?
Up here, put yellow.
All right, did you make observations too?
Yes.
You did? All right. What do you think about well, we're not ready to finish this, so we're just doing measurements today and observations, and then we'll conclude this tomorrow, okay? All right, how are we doing? Okay, so you're doing what? You're making observations, and you're performing some measurements, and looks good. Do you have any questions about anything else you need to do? You know you're measuring in centimeters. And you also measured from, I'm trying to make sure everybody knows, measuring from the 0, not from the end of the tape. All right, that's good. All right, that looks good to me. Let's go one more time here. All right, are we almost finished?
Yeah, we're just making a description right now of what we see.
Are you all right?
Is this in milliliters?
Yes, it's in milliliters.
Hey, doctor. Can we have this, like,
All right, let's make it straight.
Can we still count it?
Yeah, I would try to approximate it as best as you can.
No, 'cause it doesn't go up here.
It's just like right in here.
Yeah.
So it's like 85.
Yeah. So ideally, we need bigger test tubes, or we need Erlenmeyer flasks, but then you've got the difficulty of getting the balloon around the top of the Erlenmeyer flask. And then there's also the thing of,
They sunk.
and then it's hard to have, it's expensive to have that much glassware.
There was only one that was funny.
Okay, it would be a good idea if one of you would hold that while she measured. She's doing 3 jobs. She's holding a pen, and then she's, there you go. Good idea. Good idea. Good. Very good.
Because I can see it from the side.
All right. Who's not finished with their observations? Anybody?
We are.
All right, just about through. Okay, can I help you?
I mean, no, it wasn't 40. It was,
45.
yeah.
ml. So since this went,
You had some go up in there, but really your level is down here.
No, but
But see, you've got all this vacancy in here. I think you ought to let the balloon take care of the gas. It looked like the gas maybe, what do you think? Do you think the gas kind of pushed it up in there maybe? Okay, so I would probably get my bottom level here and then make sure you get an accurate reading on the balloon. How about that?
Okay.
Whatever you do consistently with the other test tubes, okay?
yeah, yours.
Are you ladies finished?
Yeah.
Finished?
Y'all finished? Has stayed the same.
Yes,
All right, your observations, your measurements. Yep. Okay. You measured with this. Observations done. Observations done. We only have one group left.
It went down a little and then it felt like.
Can I help you do anything?
if you'd like.
Do you need for me to hold something, or you? You're doing fine.
oh,
I think this is a 20 millimeter one.
It's the one that had 40 mil of water and then 20 of the. They're all the same except for.
why did you post it? Why did you say A then? Figure that out with the paper. Oh, there it is.
Then once you add this,
No, but like 43.
Alright. Just get off the cheese. Alright. Have you made your observations? Well, what else do you see? you've measured this, and you've measured this. Now, what else would you need to know?
B&E were the most to rise up.
Okay, but what else are you looking at?
We didn't put the right
Would it be the yeast inside? That's
What other physical characteristics do you think you need to look at? What's different? What's different between this one and these?
That's good.
Or this? Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically more foggy than that would be weird. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what else can you see? All right. So you said this one's clear, and this one's kind of. Can you describe these colors?
That's like a dark yellow color.
Okay. I would note that in my observations. All right. What else do we need to know?
Water and sugar. Just water and sugar.
There's more yeast on the bottom of this one.
All right.
And this one has no yeast.
That's a great observation.
I feel like this one would have
So E has more yeast than all of them. Which one? Still E. Yeah, there's more yeast settled at the bottom.
Okay.
And then C.
Very good.
Okay, E has more.
Yeah, settled at the bottom.
I probably couldn't even get that near my mouth without
C has no yeast settled at the bottom. Well, like still a little bit.
I can't hear. What?
This thing looks like it's about to pop off.
Yeah. What could you have done differently? All righty. Let me get you one and see if we can get one on there.
Yeah.
All right. You want to see if you can get one on there? Yeah, see, when we've done this, now may I suggest that you loop it from the bottom? Why do you think?
Come, do it the other way. Pick it up. Pick this up. Put it this way.
Okay, you understand why? There you go.
Yeah.
Put D in.
Okay,
You can't.
yeah, you're going to need to help
your
him,
hands are
please.
smaller.
Why do you gotta have fat fingers?
Kind of do.
All right, you're taking it up over the balloon. It's not a good idea. Everybody all right?
Why don't we just look?
I know.
Hold this. And then
Loop it
why
twice.
did you do that?
Just loop it twice.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like loop it and then slide it up.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but I meant like tighter.
I'm glad we have on goggles.
See, I told you that ain't gonna work.
All right, so what else do you think you might need to do?
I don't know. Hold on. Trying to get this rubber band off.
Maybe one more loop? Helps when you have two hands, doesn't it? Is it still not up there? Do the best you can, because I think it looks like maybe the gas is going to pull it away. Okay, I'll let you work on that for a few more minutes. You all right with that? All right, everybody's done?
Yes, ma'am.
You done, pretty much? All right. Now, we're going to stop, and we're done for the day. Then tomorrow, we're going to come back and measure again. It's 48 hours. And then we will answer our questions and come to conclusion about what we've done. All right? Thanks, guys.